Hey guys, it's Ringmaster Ray, and you can see what I have on my table right now. The reason why I have all these out right now is because we're gonna do some album fills right there. So I have a large lot of coins now that we've got laid out here, and we're gonna be getting into these so we can take a good look at them and get them put to my album. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna get some things cleaned up, get some stuff moved over. We'll get an album out and we'll get going. All right, see you on the next album. All right, guys, we got the first album here. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be putting in, I have 4 barber halves to go into my album. So that'll be the first thing we're gonna be doing. So I have 1900, 1901, 1905, and 1910 right there. So first ones we're going to flip over. As you can see, I need about 3 for that page. And then there we go. 1900S is what I have right here. So let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that. We'll get it taken out. I'm not worried about touching these. They're definitely circulated quite well. So there we go. 1900S. Pretty sweet looking. So let's get that dropped into the album here. Oop, wrong side. So I'm going to zoom back out so you guys can see this. There we go. We'll get that put right into there. So there's 1900S. And then I have 1901. And that is going to be the O. 1901 O. So we're going to get that one added in. There we go. Well, you guys can see it a little better. And then we'll go in right there. So I almost have this page filled up. I need a few at the top there. And then the next one, we're going to go to 1905 right here. And that's going to be a 1905O. This one has a little more meat or detail on it. Not too bad. There we go. 1905O. Awesome. And then we're going to go to a 1910 Philadelphia. This one is in pretty good shape. There we go. So there is the back of the coin right there, Philadelphia, 1910. Get that added into the album. There we go. And guess what, guys? This entire page is completely filled. That is pretty awesome. And all I need is a 1914 Philly right there, and I'll have that page filled up. So there are still several that I'm going to need to complete this album, but it is pretty nice to see it getting filled up. And I've been working on this now for, I think, about 2 years, just kind of trying to find them here and there and get them added into the album. All right, so we're going to move on to our next album, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, ready to do another album here. So we're doing the barber quarters and trying to keep on the barber theme, and then we'll just kind of move our way up. So on the first page here, I have 3 that are going to be going into the album. So I have an 1892 right there, and it is a Philadelphia. And she has definitely been loved a lot. She's got a little bit of meat left on her, but still, for well over 100-year coin, that is pretty awesome. All right, so the next one we have is going to be an 1896 Philadelphia. So we'll be going right here in this spot there. Good. And then we also have the 1898 right there, Philadelphia. This one is a little bit better shape than some of them. Oop, almost put it in the wrong spot there. There we go. All right, we're going to get the page turned and I'll get the other ones laid out. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. And we are on our next page now, so we're going to be going into that. So the first one that we have here is going to be an 1899 right there, Philadelphia. And we're going to get that placed in right over here. There we go. And then we have the 1901 right here. It is also a Philadelphia. So we're going to get the 01 put into place. Then I have the 02. It is also a Philadelphia. I believe all of these are Phillies in this lot that I got. Don't think any of them had bent marks, but most of them I did not have, which was kind of nice. It was a nice, nice little lot there. So we do have a 1904 right there. So we're going to be getting that one put in. And then we have this 1905, which is really nice. It's got still quite a bit of detail on it. It's pretty sweet. It's better than the one I got there, so we're going to be doing an upgrade. I've done some upgrades on several of these, and so this is definitely a very nice upgrade. Right there. All right. I'll bring you back on the next page. All right, welcome back. We're on the next page now. Did not have any that had to be filled in this one, but we do have two upgrades here. So I do have the 1909, and this was a Denver mint right here. That is in better shape than the one that I have. The 1909 that I have here, it has been polished. It is just a filler, so we're gonna pop that one out and replace it right there with a nicer coin. This one actually has a lot more detail. And then the other one is also an upgrade, which is gonna be the 1911. So we're gonna get this one popped out also and replaced. Very, very cool. All right, I'm gonna flip pages. I'll get the other coins laid out and then we'll get that page. Be right back. We're back and we're gonna be getting this one done. I have a couple of upgrades and then I also have some additions that we're gonna be putting into the quarter album here. Let me slide this out, there we go. So the first one is gonna be the 1912 right here. And it is in a little bit better shape than the 1912 that I have in my album. Not much, but probably just a hair better. So we're gonna get the 1912 in. There we go. The next one that we have is gonna be the 1914 right here. This one is a pretty one. It's got plenty of detail still left on it. Beautiful 1914 Philadelphia. And then we have the 1915 right here, 1915. And then I have a 1916 Denver, which will be an upgrade also because this one is definitely worn pretty smooth for a 1916 Denver. So we do have what looks to be a much better coin, as you can tell right there, much better. There we go. Got that put in place. All right, guys. Well, we finished up the barber quarters. I still need quite a lot of barber quarters. This one is trying to slide around on me here. Get it put back in place. It'll want to behave. It is there. There we go. Get it back in its proper place so it will stay. Good. So still need a lot of the barber quarter years on there, but we'll work on it. I've been more focused on the barber halves more than anything else. So $50, Kennedy $50, and probably from the only thing I haven't really invested myself into is the Ben Franklin's yet. I have some in my album, but I haven't really focused on that. I've been working on these other ones more than anything else. All right, let me grab another album and we'll get started. All right, guys, I'm back. And what we're gonna be doing now is the Walking Liberties here. I picked up a pretty good sized lot from my local coin shop and to kind of work on this album and get it almost complete. I think I'm only lacking one coin. As you can see, I have all the key dates there, all the 16s and 17s, 18s and 19s. The key date 1921 Denver, I do not have yet. I am working on that. So I think that's the only coin I will not have after I've complete these in here. So the first one we're going to be looking at is going to be a 1927 right here. Here's a 1927S, and that's where we're going to be working on right there first. So let me get this slit open. We'll go ahead and get this dropped out. There we go. Take a look at that. There's your walker, and that is an early walker right there, 1927S. Pretty sweet. So we're gonna get that put in there. The next one we have is the 1928S. That is the one we're gonna be putting in next. There we go, 1928S right there. Get that one put into place. And then we have the 1929 Denver. So here is the 1929 Denver. Very, very cool. Good. And then 1929S. That one dropped in also. Very pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna go to 34D right here. So it's 34D. There is the back. Lots of toning on it. A little bit of toning on the front there, but this is a 34 Denver. We'll get that one put into place. And let me get the little plastic sleeve put back in. We are finished with that page there until I get that one. So that'll be pretty awesome. All right, so for the next, we're gonna go to the 35. So 35 Philadelphia. Get that one taken out. There we go. 1935 Philly. You know, these coins that I got are a little bit higher grade than just Coles or anything else. They do have quite a bit of meat on them, definitely have full dates, full mint marks and stuff like that, so they're pretty clear. None of them have full head or full dress until I get into some of the later ones in the 40s that were basically mint state. But like this one, this is a 37S. She is a pretty one. So she definitely has quite a bit of detail still left on her, and so does the eagle there. It's definitely worn on the breast there, but overall, look at the lines in her dress. You can see still definitely a lot of the flowers and stuff, but lots of detail on that. So that is definitely a nice one there. So 37S. That completes that page. And then our next one is going to be the 1940S. And we'll get that one put into place. And this one is pretty nice looking too. It's got a little wear to it. Good color though. It's probably previously cleaned, but that's okay. Because they're just definitely album fillers for sure. Now, as you can see, some of these, like the 44D, are a really nice shape. The 41 Denver. Some of these are mint state, which is kind of nice. 43S is definitely mint state. Uncirculated says a 44, a 45. But all of those pages have been completed now. The only thing we need for our Walker album, guys, is the key date right here, 21 Denver. Hard to get, hard to find, and a little bit steep. But we're about done with this one. This is pretty cool. And then I'll just do upgrades as I find some nicer coins to go in here. All right, let me bring you the next album and we'll fill it. All right, guys, so this Kennedy album is the last in the series here until they make another one. It's 2005 to current. And I do have quite a few spots on these to get filled. So I do have some of the Kennedy proofs here that I'm going to be getting put in. 3 of them are clad, and I believe 1 of them is silver. So we're going to be getting to that. This one I'll have to put my gloves on for. So I believe I have a 10 S proof right here, clad. So we're going to open this one up. And then I have the 19, let's see, those are the 13s and a 15. So I don't have to worry about those until the next page. So we'll get that one put on. Let me slip on my gloves here. There we go. That way we don't get anything on the coin, no scratches or anything. So there we are, full cameo, beautiful coin, clad right there. I'm going to put it right next to its partner, which is the silver 2010. And then we have him complete there. Very cool. All right, let me get to the next page here. I'll be right back. All right, we're on our next page here. We'll be getting the 2013s put in. So the first one we're going to start with is 2013 silver, clad proof. Next one will be the silver. There we go. 2013 will go right there. And then this is the partner right here, 2013 S silver. Very, very pretty right there, full cameo. So we're going to be getting that one put into the album. There we go. All right. So the one that I have is a 2015 clad proof. I already had one. Somehow I had missed it. Didn't really, get it cleaned out of my phone. Probably purchased a secondary one, but that's okay. So I do need the 15S silver proof and the 16S silver proof, 14S silver proof on those. And then proofs and silver proofs on all of these other ones here. But we're getting there. I'm getting this one filled up, which is kind of nice. I have all the NIFCs in here already. And then we'll finish this one up. So pretty awesome. So the next one I'm going to go to is to the commemoratives. So we'll jump into the commemorative album. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back and check it out. We have our commemorative. These are the Dance Co albums. I believe these are the only albums that you can get for the commemorative that would have a complete set. So the one that we're going to be entering in right here, guys, look at how pretty that one is right there. I'll get that taken out of the flip. Let me get this open here real quick because these are kind of tight, which is a good problem to have when you're dealing with really nice commemorative coins. There we go. And then we're going to get it added to the Iowa. This is a 1946 Iowa. There we go. Very, very beautiful coin right there. 1946. All right, so we're going to get that one added right there. Go ahead and get that closed up. And then I have a few more. Let me find those dates and where they go, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, bringing you back in because we have the 1954S right there. And this one is beautiful. Has some tonnage on it there, but very, very beautiful coin right there. So 1954S. Get that one added in right there. Pretty sweet. There we go. And these are always tough getting the plastics back into where they want to go because they are so tight that they don't want to fit in. There we go. Just kind of have to wiggle it in. I'll finish it up in a moment. We got a couple more right here. We're going to go to our next commemorative album, which will be this one here. And we're going to get the Daniel Boones done. So I have two of these. So we're going to get that put into place. So let me find where the Daniel Boones go. They'll definitely be here. All right, here we go. So for the first one I have here is a 1935. And this is the 35 plain, I believe. Yep, 35 plain. Or Philly, you would say. There we go. This one does have some gunk on it, but that is okay. Still really nice detail. All right, so let me get this part of the album opened up. So 35 Philadelphia. Let me double check something here. That's what I thought. This one actually goes here. This is the 3534S, I believe, or 3534 Philadelphia. No, it's actually going to go up here, guys. That's where that one goes. So on the Daniel Boone ones, they have 2 dates on them, which is kind of unusual. And as you flip it over, you can see you have the 1935 down at the bottom, but you have the 34 right up here. So this is called the 1935-34. And that's why it has that. So this one is going to go up here into the Philadelphia spot right there. And we'll move on to our other one here, which is strictly just the 35 right there. And I'll show you the difference in the design here. So as you see here, it does not have the 34 on the back. So this is strictly just the 35. So let me get this slot pulled out. There we go. And we'll get that one added in. And it is a beautiful coin too. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so I'll get another album and we'll get some more stuff filled because I still have quite a bit. For the next album is going to be our Indian head cents here. And I do have one of the more difficult dates to get right here. As you can see, I have the first page completely filled. Some of these are pretty nice, full liberties and stuff on those. Some of these are pretty rough looking as far as some on the dates, so definitely we'll be looking for updates on some of these in the future. But the one I'm going to be adding is the 1866 right there. So we're going to get that pulled out. And then I have an 1866. This is not in the best condition by any means, but it is a much tougher date to get. So as you can see right here, that is going to be the 1866. And it is pretty slick, but still a decent coin right there. So we're going to get that one added right there, guys. And that will complete that page, well, except that one right there. And we all know what that one is. But all right, let me grab, I think I'm gonna do a couple more albums and then we're gonna be finished up and we'll get to do a wrap up. All right, I'm back and we're gonna be doing a large cent here. So I did make a purchase, found the one that I've been looking for, which is gonna be the 1800 right here. So we're gonna slip that out and I'll show you guys this one right here. This is a drape bust, 1800. Does have a readable date on it, which is kind of nice. It has been loved for over 200 years. So, but still pretty cool. Just to think about all the hands that this had been in. Could have been in even some of our earliest founding fathers' hands, because there were not very many of these made and there weren't very many people in the world in the US at that time. So we'll get this one added into the album right here. That is the only large cent that I do have to be added in. And I'll keep on trying to find some of these and get those added in, and some of the early ones maybe in the future, guys. I'll be right back and we'll get to the last album. All right, guys, for our next album right here, we have the Morgans. And what I have here is an 1892 O. So we'll get that added in. She has been loved and worn. She is pretty smooth. But I needed the 1892 for this album O. So she will be going in there just as an album filler. Maybe in the future I will pick up a nicer one. But just for now, we're just going to get her added in just the way she is. Right there. We go, 1892 O. There we go. And then I'll grab my other Morgan album. We have 2 to add to it. As you can see, I still have quite a few to fill up in here. And that'll be quite the project. But I'll keep diligently working on it. So let me slide this one over right here. And then we have these 2 here that we're going to be adding. So this is the 1891S right there. And then we have the 1890S right there. So let me flip over to that because I did need both of those for this album. There we go. So here we are at the 1890S right there, and then we have the 1891S, which will go right there. So let me get these taken out of the flip here. There we go. Not too bad, right there. Not too shabby, I should say. 1890S. Get that one put in. There we go. And then we'll get the 1891S dropped in. Pretty cool. All right, so there we go. All right, guys, so that is the end of the album fills. I do have a few others that I'm going to just show you. They will go into a binder instead of an album because I don't have albums for some of these. Some of these are the Exonumia that I love to collect too. Set that up there. And I had picked a couple of these up, which are pretty sweet. So this is the 1863 Civil War token, patriotic one. It says Army Navy on the back there. I'm gonna zoom in a little closer there, not that way. We're gonna go up to there. There we go. Now it doesn't wanna zoom. Let me just reset everything and then kind of do it manually here. There we go. Now you can see it much better. Right there, Army, Navy. There we go. That's pretty funny there because if you look at it, the rotation of this, of the die, completely 90 degrees, which is kind of interesting. This is an 1863, I believe, token also. And this one is a fat boy right there. But it has Washington on one side and Lincoln on the other. This one is pretty neat also. So those are the last of them. Well, guys, if you like these type of album fills, and definitely I enjoy doing it. I enjoy putting them in and just kind of watching them fill up with time. And I have fun doing it as part of my collection. So I'm going to show you here all the albums that we worked on today. Look at that. Crazy, crazy. Lots and lots of albums. So we'll be getting more and working on more in the future. So we'll be doing that also. And but if you guys like these type of album fills, please hit that like button down below, and I'll be continuing to work on more content, finding more of my collection, sharing that with you guys, and even sharing some of the history of some of these coins too. I'm going to really start doing that, doing some research on a lot of these, and kind of just sharing that with you guys so you guys can learn more about the coins too. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.